What's up guys, Chasing Labour here with episode number 4 of the Bournemouth Supremacy, and in today's episode we have got the results of our January transfer window and an exciting Premier League game to look forward to. So, rolling the titles now, like, subscribe, ring the bell, you know the deal. See you on the other side. So in today's episode we are going to be playing Fulham away at Craven Cottage. Marco Silva managing there, and that should be quite the challenge. Let's go see who I've signed though and who I've sold, because that's going to be important going forward. So on the way out, Will Dennis, our third choice goalkeeper, has gone to Solihull Moors for the princely sum of £17,000 or £18,000, rising to 20. He wasn't going to play for us. I didn't see any harm in that. Kiefer Moore joins West Brom for £2.3 million. He had played, I believe, 0 games for us this season. He's played 0 games for us this season. He's played 4 times for West Brom this season and scored exactly 0 goals. Got 4 and 4 for us last season, apparently. 0 goals for West Brom so far, and we made a profit, so we're all happy. And finally, in terms of the permanent outs, Chris Mepham has gone to Sturm Graz for £5.5 million. I didn't think this guy was going to be a long-term prospect of a Premier League centre-half, so I let him go. But we need to talk about who's coming, because I spent a lot of money in this window. And having said that, the first one through the door was actually a free transfer, was Jackson Conway, who joined us from Atlanta United at the end of his contract in the MLS. Obviously one for the future at the age of 21, but does have some interesting attributes as a target man. He's about 6'4", so that's always going to be strong, and he can only get better. So we're going to keep him developing in our under-21s, see what becomes of him, maybe. We also signed Luka Ivanišić, the Croatian, I've definitely butchered his surname, the Croatian international journalist from Dinamo Zagreb for £7.5 million. He can play anywhere in midfield, which is good. His best positions are definitely on the left wing, although he can do pretty well on the right, and he's okay in the centre, so he'll be alright for us all round. Not a worldie by any stretch of the imagination, but definitely strengthens our squad overall. Joining us from West Brom, and probably going out on loan because it turns out he wasn't as good as I thought he'd be, is Grady Diangana. He has come to us for £5 million from West Brom. Immediate buyer's remorse because I played him and he was terrible. But we'll see what happens with him. Maybe he'll get better, maybe not. He does at least bring to the squad some pace, which we've been lacking, some vision, which we've been lacking, the ability to play on both wings, which is just standard for a winger these days. We'll see how he goes. Now you know I love an old man, so I brought in Phil Jones for £925,000 from Manchester United. He's only played once for us so far off the bench. We're ignoring the cup game. We'll talk about that in a second. But he's Phil Jones, right? He's always going to be slightly solid-ish and dependable-ish. He does all the defensive things pretty well, and we needed a centre-half who wasn't completely useless at this level. So Phil Jones, 27 caps for England, he fills that role. Another old man joining us from Leicester for £875,000 is Ryan Bertrand, because our choices at left-back were quite sparse, and Ryan Bertrand has been there, done that, 19 caps and a goal for England, and certainly fit the bill for what I need to keep us up this season. £325,000 brought Jan Karamo in from let's put this up where I can see it properly. Fatih Karagumaruk in Turkey. He was at Parma. I don't know why I bothered butchering that. He was at Parma and I bought him for £325k, and I've sent him out on loan to RC Abidjan for just £100k less than I bought him for, because he wasn't quite ready yet, and I needed to make some space in the squad for the other signings. But £1.6 million brings German international Patrick Herrmann in from Borussia Mönchengladbach, who are a pretty strong side in real life. He's played a lot of games in the Bundesliga, about 300-ish games in the Bundesliga, which is pretty good going. He also ticks a lot of boxes for what I was looking for, because he can play anywhere across midfield, can play as a right back, although not brilliantly, should I need him to, can play up top. He's very versatile. Good all-rounder, not a world-class player, but he's a good all-rounder and will certainly be of benefit to us going forward. Now, one of our big outlays of the window was Yusuf Poulsen. He is a Danish international, 72 caps, 12 goals, a big man up top. He joins us from RB Leipzig in Germany, and he has got a decent record for them. I think I was saying 68 goals for RB Leipzig. He's only really done double figures for them twice. But what I wanted was a big man up top, so if we get into playing hoofball, I know I've got a guy I can send up and get that job done. And I think this guy's the guy. So, you know, a bit more strength at the back. Cannot go wrong. We'll see if we can get some goals out of him. Now, 2.9 million brought Italian international centre-half / defensive midfielder Federico Gatti in from Juventus. We're signing players from Juventus. That's how you know we're doing well. He signed for them on a free at the start of the season in the summer after being at Pro Patria. I've never heard of Pro Patria. I'm guessing he got his cap whilst at Juve, possibly this season. Does it say where? I can't work out where this guy would have got a cap, because there's no guidance. There's nothing. Let's have a look at his biography. When did he get his cap for Italy? Made his in Italy debut. Come on, show me the thing. It doesn't say when he made his first goal, his first appearance for Italy, but I am being told he has made an appearance for Italy, so I have to assume that is factual. And centre half, defensive ball-winning midfielder. We're all good there. I think he's going to be a good signing for us. Add some real strength to our midfield and our defence. Now, because we all like an old man who doesn't follow any rules whatsoever, Radja Nainggolan, the Belgian international, 30 caps, 6 goals. I have signed him from Antwerp. He plays all up the centre of midfield. Signed him from Antwerp for 180k. Of course, he has played for Inter Milan, had some, let's call them disciplinary issues, which is why after they paid 33.5 million for him, they're like, nah, you go on loan for a couple of seasons, kid, nah. He also got a 12 million transfer fee to Roma, and he played for Cagliari. He's been all around Italy for a while. He's a decent player. He's not going to be the long-term guy, but then no one in this save is going to be a long-term guy once we get the main save going. They're all going to be disappearing from our memory, but he is a good mentor for the youngsters. And finally, a goalkeeper, a second-choice goalkeeper, because I thought Neto was going to leave us. Joel Drommel has joined us from PSV Eindhoven. Good signing, 2 caps for the Dutch national team. Played 26 goals for PSV last year after being at FC20 for the vast majority of his career. 8.5 million brings him to the South Coast, and I think that's a good investment for a youngish backup goalkeeper. Certainly rather have him than Mark Travers, who I'm not entirely convinced is the long-term big name I'm looking for, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how that goes as things go on. Anyway, let's go and play this game against Fulham. In fact, let's go do the schedule. It's been so long since I've recorded. Let's go do the schedule. We'll catch up on what you've missed since we last met, which I am racking my memory banks. I think was this game against Chelsea. If my memory serves, it was the Chelsea game we lost 3-1. We beat Aston Villa 3-1. Taida, Billing and Solanke getting goals. Bunch of friendlies to fill the World Cup gap up. Lost to Manchester United 3-0. Lost to Liverpool 3-1. Taida getting a penalty. Lost to Everton 5-1 with Ryan Christie scoring. Lost 2-0 in the FA Cup to our rivals Southampton. The board and the fans were not impressed by that. Then we lost 4-0 to Manchester City. And to wrap up a terrible, terrible January and December, we lost 2-1 to Arsenal with Dominic Solanke scoring. So we do need a win here today. Fulham, who we play today, sit in 14th. They are not far above us in the league table. We are sitting in 16th. So I guess we just get into the game and we'll see what we can do in this one. So the starting lineup today then is going to be Neto in goal, Stacey, Gatti, Sinisi and Kelly at the back. Lerma as the holding midfielder, Lewis Cook and Philip Billing ahead of him, Christian Ivanusic in the wings, Solanke up top. I have made a change of formation. The 4-3-3 DM wide is going to be dispatched for this one because Fulham should be about as good as we are, so let's try and match them. Fredericks, Jones, Taida, Paulson, Bertrand, Anthony, Herman, Nainggolan, and Bruno Costa. Did I show you Bruno Costa? I have a feeling I didn't show you Bruno Costa when we were talking transfers. Bruno Costa has signed for us from FC Porto, and he cost us 475k, and he looks like he is a top-class midfielder in the making. There you go, he can play everywhere too. So that's you caught up on him. Let's submit that team, and let's see what we can do here. So in the dressing room here at Craven Cottage, and we are going to tell them to show everyone what we're all about. In fact, that's a terrible idea. Let's raise our game to their level because we need to be improving rapidly, and we'll show some faith in them because that worked for us with Swindon on last year's game. I'm going to assume it will work similarly here. Let's get into the tunnel interview. I hate this question. A few more goals, you're in a better position. Obviously, both teams go to this. Yes. Thanks, Johnny. You've asked me a bunch of utterly... Also, is the Daily Star still even a thing? Anyway, useless questions were asked. We've got a decent team against us. I have still got the graphics turned down just for speed because for some reason my PC is not liking it, and it's not like they've upgraded thing massively. But I did, like I said before, I did have this issue with the beta last year, and it sorted itself out when the full game was released. So I just assume it's something to do with the data gathering in the background that slows things down. I'm not sure. If anyone at SI wants to tell me, they should feel free, but that's how I understand it, or that's what I'm assuming. Let's go on with the game, and let's see if we can get a win today. Throw in now for Fulham with Maibu. Lerma picks up the ball, finds Solanke. Solanke with a great ball across the field to Christie, finds Stacey, Cook, Lerma. Plenty of time on the ball, finds Billing. Billing to Ivanusic, to Sinisi, to Ivanusic, to Lerma, to Sinisi. Ball forward to Ivanusic. Ivanusic to Lerma, Lerma to Cook. Cook back to Sinisi. We are just playing keep ball football until we give it away to Polinia. Mitrovic on the ball now. And Babu. Wilson on the wing. Mitrovic is there and we are in trouble. And it's not gone very well, has it? Useless Ambulance Watch, by the way. We're on Useless Ambulance Watch as always on the channel. And those ambulances are useless because they can't get on the pitch. And they can't get to a stand because they're too wide to fit down that gap. There's a fun fact for you about useless ambulances. Right, we need to get back in this now. And Babu with a throw-in finds Andreas. Stacey tries to make a tackle. Adara Bioyo. I can't do that name. And Babu. Babu on the ball. I can do Babu. Mitrovic is through again. Neto makes the save this time. At least we're looking semi-halfway competent. I'm not quite sure if we're going to be able to hold off conceding a second goal though. Wilson with a corner, back post, Billing heads it away out for a corner kick, and we have to face the threat of a corner once again. Wilson, can he get the ball into the box? And Terrelesi can't, and Babu's going to pick it up back to Wilson, who puts that out for a goal kick, and hopefully we get a breather now. Ball forward from Neto, gives it away, but Stacey has picked the ball up. Can he get it to a reliable source? He can, to Gatti. Gatti needs to do something with this as the frame rate slows down. I told you this had been an issue. Stacey tries to get a crossover. Can he do something here? Ball goes over. Billing will probably get there. Heads it down to Ivanusic. Has a pop. It's in, and we got to see it in slow motion just to make our lives a little bit easier when it comes to working out where things were going on here, there, and everywhere in the background. We'll take it. We'll take the small mercies where we can. I don't know why this frame rate slows down so much. I am convinced this is something to do with the data gathering in the background. But, it's a beta. It's to be expected. Hopefully it will speed up because I cannot turn these graphics down any more than I already have. Anyway, we're back on terms. That's what matters. Right, Gatti now on the ball for us. 37 minutes on the clock. Diop heads it away to Wilson. Andreas on the ball now. Through looking for Mitrovic. Gatti picks it up again. Gets it clear. Ivanusic can't pick it up though. Wilson puts the ball into the box for Solomon. Cuts it back for Mitrovic. And it's not going well. I've been looking at Sinisi for the last 20 minutes in game, just thinking I need to take him off, and if I find he was involved in this failure, his time will come. Where was Sinisi? He was there. His time has come. First half substitution of shame, my friend. Off you come. We'll send in Phil Jones, who surely cannot embarrass us as much as you have done in this first half. Corner goes in. Mitrovic puts it straight away for his hat-trick. And, I mean, I don't know what to say. I had to make the sub because otherwise Sinisi would have just completely bottled it. I feel like I'm going to drop this back down to balanced. I moved up to positive just because I thought we were in control of the game. We'll try and get some goals out of this. It didn't happen. So bring it back, slow it down, and we'll try something that was-ish working. See if it gets us back into the game as half-time strikes. And Fulham, by far the better team. I think this calls for a be better in front of goal. Get your acts together. Start looking like a football team. That's a good shout. Can I yell at Sinisi? I can't. So I'll tell Jack Stacey to calm down and don't get booked again because that's not okay, you numpty. Right, let's get it done. Second half, fingers crossed, we can get something done here. Right, free kick, sorry, for Fulham. I was playing with substitutions. I didn't realise that had happened. Wilson is going to take the free kick, and that's gone in from Bobby De Cordova-Reid. And it's 4-1, and I have made a bunch of subs. I've brought on Bertrand at left back. I've brought on Taida in the centre of midfield because Lewis Cook was having an absolute howler. Things are not getting much better. I'm going to bring on Fredericks at right back just to avoid us going down to 10 men because that feels like it's a strong decision and will at least help slightly. I've got no subs again. Why have I got no subs? Someone explain this stupid substitution rule. Why do one team get 5 subs and one team gets 3 subs and no one seems to fully understand what's going on with it? Is it a bug? Is it a real rule? Someone, for the love of God, explain this to me. Corner for us. Can we at least get a consolation goal so I don't lose my damn mind? Bertrand puts the ball into the box. Solanke can't get his head to it. Finally gets it to Jones. To Lerma. Has a pop from range. What a finish from Jefferson Lerma. It won't mean anything in the grand scheme of things, you would have to think. But what a belter of a goal from range. That was well worth a second look. I mean, that's an absolute cracker of a goal. Are we going to see a replay? We will. So corner goes in from Bertrand. Mitrovic gets above Solanke to head it away. Solanke picks it up, finds Jones. Lerma just outside of his right boot. Hoofs it top bins. Good lad, Jefferson Lerma. So injury time has come, it's going, the final whistle is about to go. I still don't understand why I can only use 3 subs when Fulham have very clearly used 5. It doesn't make any sense. Why is that a thing? I don't know. And there's 5 little sub icons, 4 little sub. I don't know why that's a thing. Also, they've got Jay Leno in goal, which is always strong. Into the dressing room, we're going to tell that team that they were not very good. I don't like what I just saw from this team. Get it done. Let's turn this around. Are we going to have to do a team talk? Probably. Sorry, an interview, tunnel interview. We are. Defeat for you and your team. We were crap. Why? Because who knows? Deep disappointing performance? Yeah, sure, I'll go with deeply disappointing. We're not falling into the relegation zone just yet, which is good, but the board cannot be happy. I don't even think we're going to make it to the end of the beta save with a job. That could be a huge question mark for us. So, that's fun. That's very fun. Anyway, let's have a look in just a second and see where we are coming back in the next episode. Right, I had a little bit of a thought about it, and because we've already played Chelsea, which would have been the next game in sequence, we're going to play Leeds in the next episode, which gives us a nice kind of 2 months where we're going to get battered a lot. It gives a nice gap between episodes, and hopefully we won't get fired in that time. That would be ideal. Anyway, guys, I am going to wrap things up right about there. Thanks for watching. Apologies if the episode's gone long. Obviously, there's been transfers and things to talk about. That kind of always goes with the territory. As always, I've been chasing lately. Thank you very much for swinging by and for joining me today. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. It's all down there. Leave some comments. Explain this subs rule, because I really don't get it. Or tell me if it's a bug so I don't lose my damn mind. Whichever you feel like you have to do. I'll see you in a couple of days. I'll try and get episodes out a bit more regularly. I've had a few issues going on recently, so that's why it's been slow during the beta. Anyway, wrapping things up. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you all very soon. Have a good one.